Midwest Spring and Stamping is just what the name implies. We do springs, we do stampings, but we do a lot more. We do wireforms, multi-slide, four-slide, and by golly, we do it all pretty darn good.
And essentially, we're metal forming experts. Then we utilize multiple types of equipment to satisfy our customers' needs.
Here at Midwest Spring, we're basically a one-stop shop.
With volumes as few
as one part,
one team.
With one awesome team.
Yeah, in spring manufacturing, we have huge capabilities. We can produce springs from 7/1000 wire size all the way up to 3/4 inch material. So we can produce literally any spring that is in the marketplace today.
We've got so many of our customers that have said, we're tired of dealing with a bunch of vendors. We just want to deal with one. Can you do this for us? So we have embarked on some areas that make us pretty much a one-stop shop.
We definitely don't want you to overspend. If we're giving you the most efficient spring for what you need, you're going to keep coming back to us because we're going to help you design the right spring.
Got an awesome team. And that's what's fun coming to work.
The company culture is a family-oriented culture. We're not just about making springs, we're about relationships. No, we have a very seasoned group of employees.
We specialize in low volume, allowing us to service many customers, many different part numbers, many industries.
We go after the low volume with a lot of different part numbers because those are harder to source, and so we've become experts at making those kind of products. There are 600 competitors out there, so why would you use Midwest Spring?
There's a secret sauce that we have, and that is lean manufacturing. That's going to eliminate the waste, and we're not only going to create a great part, we're going to create value.
With lean manufacturing is what separates Midwest Spring from the normal job shop batch processing manufacturer. We put everything into manufacturing cells so we get as close to one-piece flow as you can get in the batch environment, and that gives us a much greater chance of success.
The value is simple. We're going to increase your quality while lowering your cost. That's because we do such a good job of doing changeovers.
And so our focus has always been going from one part to the next quickly, because that dead time of when the machine is not running is what drives our costs.
The faster we could set it up, the better. Yep, time equals money.
Quality is assumed in this day and age. So there was a time when we could say, we offer you a quality product. Now, if you don't offer a quality product, you're not going to be in business. So it all comes down to the most efficient method of manufacturing to keep the cost as low as possible.
The C750 allows us to manufacture up to 3/4 of an inch pre-tempered spring wire. So rather than having to make springs out of annealed wire and heat treating them, we offer a higher level of control with already pre-tempered wire right off the machine.
Our smallest plant can produce springs down to 7/1000 wire size. This particular one is 25/1000. Our larger plant produces springs up to 3/4 inch. This is about 525/1000 wire size. Midwest Spring employs 4 to 5 at any given time spring design engineers in order to give you, the customer, a design tool to help you get to where you need to be. You bring us your concept, we'll help you design the spring. You ultimately own the design, but we're going to help you get to the most optimum spring so that you don't overprice or overspecify what you need.
Remember, it's not just a commodity. It's very important. You want it to do what you want it to do. You want it when you want it, how you want it. You want it to perform properly. Get us involved early.
We have a very large capacity for stamping and forming.
Here at Midwest Spring, we have a full four-slide department, 28 machines ranging from a double up to a size 4 that can go up to a 1/4 inch bend material.
One of the things that Midwest Springs has that we know most of our competitors don't is the whole range. We have the smallest 4 slides up to the largest, so we can carry the whole gamut of product to meet your needs.
Your least tooling cost would be on a 4-slide. If you can run a part on a 4-slide, that's where you want to go. It can hold the plus minus 5,000. This is Midwest Spring's Vertislide department, which is basically a 4-slide that is stood up vertically.
Plus it has a punch press element to it, so we can form the part and then we can also punch holes or other impressions that may be needed in the part. 2 things can be done at the same time on the same piece of equipment, therefore making it more efficient.
If you don't have a Vertislide, you're going to have secondary work that you'll have to do. 4-slide is not the end of the story. Here we have CNC department where we have 10 different size wire machines that range from size 16/1000 to 1/4 inch.
Midwest Spring has all the newest equipment that can make any kind of wire form that's possible that you can imagine. This is a particular spring that we make at one time off of one machine. It has one operation, so therefore the cost is minimal as far as labor cost.
We're forming wire in the air is what it is here. No tooling.
We have 10 different machines that can handle a variety of different sizes of round wire, flat stock, and we've done some square material too.
We can make springs, wire forms, and use flat products to make clock springs on these CNC machines.
And here's an example of a wire form that actually combines two different wire forms, and we assemble it here.
This is where we coil compression springs and grind them. We run all kinds of material. We run brasses, stainless steel, Inconels. After 90 years, we are still innovating. A good example of that is our coil and grind cell. It's a coil and grind machine. It will produce the spring, it will grind the spring, drop it into the oven, stress relieve the spring, and put it in a box. Ready to go, without a person being there. Now this is innovation.
Punch presses are for making much more complicated progressive die type products. The tooling is much more expensive.
We have 6 punch presses here, all the way from 15 ton to a 60 ton.
So this is an example of about the largest thing that we can stamp, and then this would be an example of the smallest that we are currently producing. This part is 7/1000ths of an inch thick, made out of polished blue timber, which is a very hard material, and we're allowed 1/1000th of an inch burr.
There really is not an industry the Midwest Spring is not in. Yeah, we're very proud to say all of our parts are US made. We have no overseas manufacturing. It's all based here in the United States. After 90 years, we have a lot of happy customers, a lot of part numbers, a lot of experience.
And we're here. We're here to cover your back.
For the last 90 years and the next 90 years.
We're family. We're family.